This video might have some interesting fallout. Okay. Hi, I'm Karen. You can call me Kay. Here on this channel, we talk about mom life, nerd life, and small town living. You'll find that there are some main things that really matter to me in life. They are faith, family, feminism, and fandoms. And coffee, but that doesn't alliterate very well. You may have caught the word feminism in there. Now, I grew up thinking that feminism was a nasty F word and you shouldn't use it. You shouldn't be a feminist. But in the last few years, I've begun to realize how amazingly freeing and empowering it is. And how, especially as a woman of faith, it's practically my duty. Don't like that word, but it's practically my duty to be a feminist. The more you think about it, the more you realize that Jesus himself, the man we're supposed to emulate and live our lives serving, was a feminist. Jesus advocated for women. Jesus saw women as leaders and teachers and a force to be reckoned with in this world. Now, I'm still learning about this, and I'm hoping to be learning about this for the rest of my life. But in the last year or so, I was really looking for a community of women of faith, of people of faith who saw themselves as feminists and what that would look like for me. I thought I'd explore a little. And so about a year ago, I came across the podcast Faith and Feminism with Meghan Tschanz. I really hope I'm saying your name right. Now, I haven't listened to every episode yet, but I have listened to a fair few of them. And I found myself challenged and wowed and awe-inspired and infuriated and blessed and, well, seen. So a while ago, Meghan was looking for people to pre-order and pre-read her book before it released on May 11th and give her feedback about it. And because I wanted to know more about her life and the incredible journey that she'd been on, I signed up right away. So I ordered my book online and I received a PDF, and my physical book would be coming in the next couple of weeks. Now, I have a really hard time reading off a screen. I like to hold a physical book in my hands. And so the fact that this book was so easy for me to read off of the screen is really saying something. And then just a few hours after I finished the book online, I had been jotting down notes on my notebook. Just after I finished reading the book on the computer, I received this beautiful book in the mail. This is her beautiful book, Women Rising, Learning to Listen, Reclaiming Your Voice. And another fascinating thing about this, if you know me and books at all, is that I proceeded to then take my notes that I had written down and mark up this book and write my notes in it. So like, if you know me at all, I don't do this. I don't hold a book like this. I don't flatten it out and write in the margins. That is not me. I do have a bookish video coming out soon though about reading habits and my love for books. Stay tuned for that one. But that's not what we're talking about today. So as I'm reading this book, I smiled, my eyes welled up. I wanted to shout for joy. I pumped my fist in the air as I read. I cried. There were times where I had to just close my eyes and let the tears fall because it was so raw and real and challenging. Meghan's story is about growing up in the church, going on missions, talking to and helping women who are entrapped in the sex trafficking industry, struggling to use her voice that she knew was God-given to fight for justice despite men and even women and even in the church telling her to sit down, shut up, know her place is incredibly inspiring. And that's one of the reasons I highly recommend this book. It doesn't matter your gender, your race, whether or not you grew up in the church or not. This book is about speaking up and finding your voice. It's about speaking out against the patriarchy entrenched in the Christian faith and advocating for women. Not just the women in the sex trade and bars in Thailand. Not just the women and the girls dealing with rape and female genitalia mutilation in Kenya, but dealing with this in your own small towns and big towns and churches in Western civilization. It deals with confronting your own white privilege and saviorism. It deals with purity culture and the ways that the evangelical church has failed in dealing with sexuality. These are some hot button issues, but it is stuff that 100% needs to be addressed in order to deal with patriarchy and abuse of power of women and marginalized people the world over. Whew. This video is gonna be hard for some people to watch. It was very stressful to make. but I knew it needed to be made. This video may be hard for people to digest. This book will be hard for some people to digest, but if I could just ask you to read it. Read this if this book and this video appeals to you. Read this if this book and this video intrigues you. And most importantly, read this if this book and this video made you mad. I'm going to put a link to the book in the description as well as Meghan's Instagram. I received nothing from you going to go and check those things out. I just really wanted to help promote this book because it's amazing and I'm gonna read it again. Whew, okay, if you got through all of that and you still like me, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you are interested. Please comment below. Be nice to each other in the comments below, but I really want to know your thoughts about this book, about this topic. Remember to be kind. Not all my videos are this heavy, I promise, but I value all of you who have watched this far and stayed to the end, and I would love to hear from you down below. And again, if you're interested in hearing more about what I have to say about other things, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Buy the book.